Namaste. It's Gayatri back for our Wednesday morning easy stretch. Going to make a little bit more flowing today, so I hope you enjoy this and you feel nice and calm and relaxed afterwards and stretched out, less tense, all those good things that you get from asana classes. So roll the shoulders back and down. Just let your neck soften, face soften. Start to withdraw from the externals by bringing your mind onto the breath at the nostrils. Now today we're going to practice our breathing technique is going to be a Gauranga breath meditation, where we add a mantra to our breath. We haven't done this one for a little while. So just getting into a nice rhythm. You can practice a few nice, deep, complete yoga breaths if you like. Just filling the lungs from the bottom to the top, emptying them from the top to the bottom. Now we're going to take 3 inhales in unison, 3 exhales in unison. And on that third exhale, we're going to add the mantra Gauranga to our breath. We're going to say it in 4 syllables. Gauranga. So as you inhale, say it within the mind, and as you exhale, say it out loud for the whole breath. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, Gauranga. Inhale, keep your mind on the sound. Last breath now. Gauranga. Hold the mantra within your mind. Just let it rest there and float there. Just spend a few moments in silent meditation upon this beautiful transcendental sound vibration or mantra. We're going to come to Namaste. We're going to inhale, reach up, bring the palms together, and exhale to heart center. Inhale, opening the chest, opening the shoulders, lifting the spine, and exhale, nice slow exhale down to the heart center. One more breath. Interlace the fingers, take them up to the ceiling, circle the arms. And change direction. Arms float down. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, lifting both arms. Exhale, over to the right. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale to the left. Keep the shoulder back, top shoulder back. Exhale, right. Inhale, extend. Exhale to the left. Inhale, extend. Exhale to the right. Inhale, lift up. One more. Exhale to the left. And inhale up. Hands beside you. Take the right ear to the right shoulder and lift. Keep the neck nice and long. Just working on gentle stretch for the side of the neck. So just moving from side to side in a nice, gentle manner. We don't want to force our body at all. Just let your body open up in its own time. Force is going to do the opposite. Have the opposite effect. Your body won't be able to stretch if you're forcing it. And it's very bad for your body to force it into poses. So just relax and enjoy the experience and let it be gentle. A few more here as you feel that nice tense and release of the muscles in your neck. And then lift and then gaze over the right shoulder, keeping your chin parallel to the floor. From right to left. Being aware of the release and the stretch. Coming to center and chin to chest. And then we're lifting. We're not dropping the head back, we're lifting the chin. This will stretch your throat, which is great for increasing the glands, the thyroid and the parathyroid glands in your throat area. So lift the chin, stretch the throat, and then bring the chin to the chest as you keep the shoulders back and the spine straight. So just working on the neck here. One more. A few gentle rolls of the head. You can do a figure eight if it's more comfortable for your neck. Keeping the neck nice and long. Don't want to compress our vertebra in the neck. Just keep the neck nice and extended, and then in the other direction. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twisting to the left. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twisting to the right. Inhale, extend up. And to the left. Extending up. And to the right. So keep going. A few more on each side. This dynamic movement is really good for loosening up the body, making it more supple. And it's a nice change from long holds. I like variety. One more each side. We'll take our hands behind our back, interlace them, and lift, and this stretches out those shoulders. You can come forward if you like. Keeping the spine long. Releasing the hands, bring them to the front of your legs, walking forward, letting the hips relax. Keeping your spine long, shoulders back and down, shoulder blades down your back. And working on getting the belly down onto the legs. You may be all the way down, you may be up high. If your knees are up, maybe a block under each knee or a book just to give you a bit of support or cushion. And then over to the left knee. Over to the right knee. Back to the front. Sweep up, a little bit more dynamic movement. See if we can get these hips opened up a little more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Or you can bring them up if you like. Straight up and straight down, or out and up. Whichever gives you a better stretch and is good for your shoulders. 2 more. And walking the hands forward just that little bit further, getting in a bit deeper into the hips. And coming back, we come over onto our hands and knees. So bring your hands underneath your shoulders, knees under the hips for some cat-cow. Lift the sit bones, gazing up, round the back, tuck the tailbone under, gazing at your thighs. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Coming to a neutral spine, we'll take the knees out to the width of the mat, toes together, bringing the buttocks down onto the heels, arms soft, forehead to floor or on fists. Just breathe and relax those hips. Bring your knees back underneath your hips. Walk your hands forward, just in front of your shoulders. Curl your toes under, and we'll swing the hips up into downward facing dog. So we're going to roll the shoulder blades away from each other. Make sure your fingers are spread wide on the mat. Shoulder blades slide down your back towards your hips, and then we can pedal the heels down one at a time. Just stretching out the back of the legs, especially the calf muscles. And both heels down. Down dog is a nice, calming, restful pose. It's good for building strength as well. And giving the back of your body a nice stretch. Just make sure you keep to that nice triangular shape. And we're going to walk our hands back to our feet, rolling up, and then sweeping up, bringing the palms together and exhaling to namaste. We're going to walk to the front of the mat. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold forward. Just hanging here like a rag doll, bending your knees, draping down over your thighs, arms are loose. Let all that nice blood flow and oxygen move into the head and the brain. Helps us to think more clearly, reduce brain fog, calm the mind so it's less agitated. So we'll take a few more breaths here. If you've got quite flexible legs, you can place your fingers underneath your toes, in the balls of your feet there, and you can start to stretch the back of the legs by straightening the knees. Or you can just hang here in a nice relaxed manner. We're going to roll up one vertebra at a time. Last to come up is the head. And then we'll roll the chin to chest, roll the shoulders forward, rolling down one vertebra at a time. Try to get every part of your spine into that nice roll. And then rolling back up again. Rolling forward. And last one. Sweeping up, take those arms back. Exhale to namaste. Inhale, little back arch here, nice gentle one. Just warming up that back. And last breath. Inhale, lift, and exhale, place your hands on the back of your pelvis. If you want a wrist stretch, you can point your fingers to the ceiling, and pressing the hips back, neck following the curve of your spine, lifting your chest up to the ceiling. Nice opening for the front of the body. And this will also help to increase flexibility in your spine. And then we inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Folding forward. Inhale, we'll come into a halfway lift now. Nice flat back. Gazing forward of your mat, stretching out your hamstrings. Take a few breaths here. And then we'll fold forward. Inhale into halfway lift. 3 more breaths. Lift those sit bones to increase the stretch. And relax. One more inhale and stretch. So you can probably come a little deeper each time. Hands may be sliding a little further down your legs. Inhale. Exhale, plant the hands on the floor. Step your left leg all the way to the back of the mat, knee to the floor. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, lunge into that front knee. Now, knee shouldn't be coming further forward than the ankle. Track the knee over the center of your foot. You can arch back if you like, coming into temple mudra. Fingers are interlaced, middle fingers pointing to the ceiling. Inhale, and then exhale, bring the hands to the inside of your leg. So maybe you're on fists or fingertips. You want to keep the back fairly straight here. Hug your knee into your shoulder. Take a few breaths. Nice stretching for the hips. And then roll the knee away from the shoulder, coming onto the outer edge of your foot. Opening up the joint a little more. You can maybe lower down. Maybe you're all the way down onto your forearms. Bringing the sole of the foot back onto the floor. Knees hugging in towards your shoulder. Left hand under the shoulder, right arm sweeps up. Now if your arm is uncomfortable there, pop it around your back, roll the shoulder back. And unwrap, coming back to the front, and we're just stretching out this right leg a little more now. So if you need your blocks, now's a good time to maybe grab them. You can use books if you don't have blocks. So we're coming back, bringing the hips back. Hands are on the blocks. Maybe your fingertips are on the floor, but you don't want to be rounding your back. Keep that chest nice and broad and open. And then we'll slide this leg forward. Coming into monkey pose or Hanumanasana. So make sure that this hip isn't rolling out to the side. You want to keep hips level with the front of the mat. If the knees bent, that's okay. Flex the foot if you need a deeper stretch. This is the ultimate hamstring and hip flexor stretch. It's really good to keep your hips more limber, flexible. One more big breath. And we'll slide this leg back onto the knee, lowering down into child's pose. And we're going to inhale, sweep up a little arch. Exhale, folding into balasana. Inhale, sweep up. And exhale, balasana. 3 more. Last one. Take the arms forward, stretching the fingers, come up onto your knees, curl your toes under, swinging up to downward facing dog. Couple of breaths here. Walking your hands to your feet, rolling up. Sweeping up, palms together, and exhale to namaste, and we'll walk to the front of the mat. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat, right leg steps all the way to the back, knee to the floor. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, lunge. So you want to bring these hips forward. Mine are a little bit on the tight side. So you may be able to come all the way forward with those hips. You want to stretch this right hip flexor here. So you can come into temple mudra if you like to and arch back. This increases the hip flexor stretch on that right hip. And then we'll bring the hands to the inside of the legs. Use your block if you need to be up a little bit higher, or come to forearms if you need a deeper stretch. And then come onto the outside of the foot, knee away from the shoulder. Maybe you can come a little lower. And then coming back onto the sole of the foot, take your blocks and slide that leg forward, or hands on hips if you like, or fingertips to the floor. The blocks are good if you're up quite high off the floor. Makes it a lot more comfortable for you, and you'll be able to practice in the correct alignment. But if you're very flexible in the hips, go for it. You'll definitely not need blocks. Just watch that right hip rolling out to the side. We don't want that to happen. One more nice, deep, relaxing breath, letting that hamstring and hip flexor stretch out. And we'll slide back, lowering into child's pose, and then sweep up again. Do 4 more of these. And then take the arms forward, come up onto your knees, curl your toes under, swing up into downward facing dog. Take a couple of nice deep breaths here. And then we'll walk our hands to our feet, rolling up, sweeping up, and lowering to namaste. And we'll walk to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Nice halfway lift here. Ardha Uttanasana. Hands to the mat, left leg steps back, heel to the floor, so back foot is on a 45-degree angle, sweeping up. Right foot is pointing directly to the front of the mat, knee tracking over the center of your foot, hips level with the front of the mat. And then we're going to exhale forward and inhale up. Exhale forward. Inhale up. Get some movement into those shoulders, and we'll really work these muscles in the thigh. Give them some strengthening work. So don't lift out of the lunge. We're just lifting the torso, keeping that nice deep lunge in the right leg. 2 more. Straightening the front leg now. Bringing the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, lift the chest, lift the arms, and come forward, nice flat back. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. 3 more. And come forward, we're holding 5 breaths here. Inhale, lifting, bend the knee, and we'll exhale, hands to the floor, stepping to downward facing dog. Coming to our plank now, so you can be on your knees for an easier option. Or you'll be up on the balls of the feet, pressing into the heels for full plank. Navel's drawing in quite firmly. Front of the body should feel like it's working towards the back of the body here. And chaturanga now, so come forward a little bit so your elbows are right over the top of your wrists. Elbows in towards your body, scooping down. Lifting into a little cobra, shoulders back. Chest is coming forward, so you're really leading with that chest here. Back onto your knees, downward facing dog. Walk your hands to your feet. Rolling up. Sweeping up. Back to heart center. Walk to the front of your mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands to the mat, right leg steps to the back, foot at a 45-degree angle, sweep up, bending into the front knee, hips level with the front of the mat. Take an inhale now. Exhale forward, and inhale, lift. Exhale forward, inhale, lift. We'll do 4 more. Try to get a lot of movement into the shoulders. Take them back as far as you can get them. Really loosening up the joint. 2 more. Straightening the front leg now, interlacing the hands behind the back, the opposite direct way this time that feels a bit uncomfortable for you. Lift the chest, arms up behind the back, exhale forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale forward. And lift. Keep going for another 4, another 3 now. Keep that chest nice and broad. And come forward, we're going to hold. Let's It's okay to have a micro bend in that front knee. You don't want it completely bent though. And inhale, sweep up. Exhale to the floor, and we'll step back to downward facing dog. Through to plank. Chaturanga. Cobra. Shoulders are back and down here. Elbows are soft. Hips on the floor. And then back to downward facing dog. Hands to feet. Rolling up. And sweeping up. Namaste. Back to the front of your mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. Right leg steps to the back. Knee to the floor. Hand underneath the shoulder. Lifting, we forgot this one. Can't forget one. Hand can be wrapped around the back if it's more comfortable for your shoulder. And then hand back to the floor. Come onto the ball of the back foot. Step to the front of your mat. Sweeping up. And exhale to Namaste. Inhale, lift the left knee. Exhale, press forward. You can come to aeroplane if you like. Your foot toe can be on the floor for an easier option. Just working on our balance here. If you can get the leg up higher, fine. If you want to bring the arms down behind you, beside your body, palms facing each other, or maybe out in front is more challenge for you. So whatever works. Stepping to the back of your mat and bring your feet to parallel. Take them out nice and wide, and we want the edges of our feet lined up with the edges of the mat. Hands to hips, lift the spine, exhale, hinging through those hip joints. Coming down, you may be on fingertips, fists, or maybe you're up on a block. You can be up on the high side of your block if you need to. Important to keep your spine nice and straight. You might be down on your forearms, or you might like to turn your hands so the fingers point behind you and walk through. Whatever works for you. Just letting these inner thighs and groin stretch out, hamstrings as well. And we'll walk the hands over to the right leg. You might be draped all the way down your leg, having your hands on your ankle, maybe just over a little way. Stretching that right leg a little bit deeper. And then over to the other side. Back to center. Hands to hips. Rotating up. Take the right foot so the toes point to the front of the mat. Step to the front of your mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale to Namaste. Inhale, right leg lifts. And exhale, press it back. Coming into warrior three. I have to go the other way. Hopefully you can still hear me. And then we'll step this leg back, bringing the feet to parallel, feet nice and wide here. Wide as you can get them, hands to the hips, hinging down. We're going to bring our right hand under the chest. If you're unsure and you think you may be rounding your back, best to be safe than sorry. So bring your hand onto a block, and then we're going to gently lift the left arm. You can wrap it around your back or bring it onto your waist. And then gently lower, we'll bring the right arm up. And both hands down. So let's see if we can get a little deeper into this nice wide leg forward fold. Calming for your mind, very calming. And we'll place the hands back onto the hips, rotating up. Heel toe the feet together. And we're coming to the back of our mat. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold forward. Walking the hands to the top of the mat. Back into downward facing dog. And we're going to bring the right knee now, slide it behind the right wrist for pigeon pose. Left leg slides back slightly. Adjusting your foot here if you need a deeper stretch, work it towards the front of the mat. If you need a less of a stretch, bring it in closer to the groin. You want to have your hips level, so don't bring the foot out too far so that your hips are not level. And from here you can come down to forearms, or possibly you're on blocks. Maybe you can come all the way to the floor. Maybe you're down on your right hip if you've got knee problems. Bringing the left knee into the sole of the foot, and you're draping down over your right thigh. Walking our hands back, and we're going to just adjust the right hand now so it comes to just the outside of your knee or in front of the knee, and then we're going to take the left foot, gently bring it, the heel in towards the glute. Gently release, hands under the shoulders, step to downward dog. And we'll slide the left knee behind the left wrist. Right leg slides back a little bit, adjusting your left foot. Coming down or lowering onto your left hip, bringing your right knee into the foot for deer pose. Similar stretch here. But it's really good if you do have knee problems. It shouldn't put any pressure on your knee. Nice deep breaths here. Deep breathing activates the relaxation response, or this parasympathetic nervous system. So the parasympathetic nervous system calms the mind and relaxes the body. And we're coming back up. Adjusting your left hand now. If you need a block, I find a block is good. This is my bad hip, so I find it's a little stiffer than the other one. They're both bad now. Anyway, bringing the heel into your glute. Nice stretch for the quad especially, through the whole front of that thigh. And gently release, very softly, bringing that foot to the floor and hands under the shoulders. Step to downward facing dog. Coming forward to plank, lowering all the way down to the floor. Coming into Sphinx pose. Elbows underneath the shoulders. Just pull the floor towards you. Press the chest forward, opening up your spine and your back muscles. And then we'll slide the left arm forward slightly. Right arm slides behind. Left arm crosses over the front. Walk the elbows away from each other. I hope you can hear me here. And we want to keep our shoulders level. Then you can rest your chin on your upper arm. Just relax. Let go of any tension in your glutes and your shoulders and your face. Just let your body melt down to the floor. And then we'll slide them back. We're going to take the right arm out in line with the shoulder now. Left hand to the chest, rocking up onto the right hip. Or if you've got shoulder issues, maybe your knee to the floor. Maybe you can take your foot to the back of your knee or behind your leg there. You can even straighten it out if you like. Bringing the hand onto the hip, let the elbow fall back or just let the arm fall to the floor. This all just adds a bit more weight so you'll get a deeper stretch. If you need to bring your arm up higher than your shoulder, that's okay too. That will deepen the stretch. Just breathing, nice relaxed breath. And we'll roll back onto our stomach. Coming back into our Sphinx. Stretching our spine again. And we'll slide the right arm forward now, left arm behind. Right arm crosses over the front. Walking the elbows away from each other as you keep your shoulders level. Resting your chin on your upper arm, just letting those shoulders stretch out. Bringing the elbows back. And we're going to take the left arm out in line with the shoulder. You can take it up higher if you know you've got a fairly flexible shoulder. Rocking up onto our left hip. Maybe you can bring your knee to the floor if you need to. One leg on top of the other or top leg back. Arm back if it's going to work for you. If your head needs to be on a block, maybe it's uncomfortable where it is. If you've got your shoulders up too high, it depends on our anatomy. Just pop a cushion under your head so your neck is in a nice straight line. Rolling back. Bring your hands beside your chest. Lift onto your knees. Lower into child's pose. Knees can be wide if you need them to be. Extended child's pose. Arms down beside the body. Palms are facing upwards. Just relax here. Just let everything fall towards the floor. Coming up, and cross our ankles over, rocking back to our sit bones. Just finishing off with a little bit more shoulder stretching. We're going to take our strap. This is one of my favorites. It really does release your shoulders. It's amazing. You probably should do it every day. So take your strap or your towel wide enough so you can get it behind your back. You can use a belt too, maybe hubby's belt. Lift and bring it forward. So you want to feel like you're getting a nice stretch, but you don't want to bend your elbows. Now we'll just work on that tight spot. So you'll feel this in the front of your arms and shoulders, chest, just lifting and lowering in that tight spot. As it loosens off, go the other way. We don't want it to loosen off, we just want to stay on the edge. And then we'll lift and release. Feel that nice flood of energy. That's one of my favorite parts. You can feel the energy flowing into your shoulders. It's nice and warm. Okay, we're going to bring the shoulders up to the ears. We're going to squeeze them up as we inhale, and then we're going to forcibly sigh away any tension. We'll do 3 more. Oh, doesn't that feel good? Coming down onto your back now for Shavasana. So you can pop your bolster under your knees if you like, or if you've got a cushion there or 2 cushions. This just helps to take the pressure off your lower back. Just let your body melt into the floor. We've got our feet parted slightly, arms sliding away from the body, palms facing upwards. Face is soft. Eyelids are just very gently closed. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Just relaxing your body. Just becoming aware of any parts of your body that are a little tight or tense. Most of that tension should be eased away now. Sometimes we have a little storage areas, so if you know your storage area, just become aware of it, let it stretch. Just let that tension leave with the outward breath. And just visualize it. Every outward breath brings you into a more relaxed state. So we can use our breath to go as deep as we like into relaxation. Now I'm going to take 3 nice deep breaths. We're going to turn our head from side to side. One more. And we're going to bring our knees into our chest, give them a nice squeeze in towards your chest. You can bring your forehead to your knees if you like. Asana. And we'll take the top of the knees and roll them in nice big circles, just massaging the sacrum. Change direction. And then we'll roll to one side. Just take a breath here and slowly make your way up to sitting. We're going to finish our practice with a little bit of kirtan, which is the spiritual aspect of yoga. Sorry, everything's much noisier with this little microphone. You can hear every bang and every move. I try. Okay, so we're going to sing the mantra Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. So I'm going to sing the mantra first and then you respond. And just relax your mind. Let it rest in this mantra. It's a really nice rest for your mind. Gopala A little bit of gems of wisdom. Always like to finish off with this. One who is able to withdraw his senses from sense objects, as the tortoise withdraws its limbs within the shell, is to be understood as truly situated in knowledge. So when we're practicing our yoga and specifically our meditation, we try to take our mind off our externals, off our senses, off the outside world, and we withdraw like a tortoise withdraws its limbs within its shell. So always remember to try and stay focused, just leave your worries behind and just stay present during your practice. It really does help you to create a nice inner world. That's very important. We need a nice, peaceful inner world that we can go to at any time.